Siye sikwamkele mbukeli we-Kids News. Ukusetyenziswa kobuchwepheshe bale mihla kwimfundo kuze nomtyhi kubafundi ezikolweni. Sithetha ke nge-iPads. Kodwa ubuyazi ukuba umfundi angaqhubeka nokumokamokana nomsebenzi omninzi wesikolo nakubeni esebenzisa i-iPad leyo. Ewe kunganjalo ukuba akakwazi ukuyisebenzisa kakuhle. Sineendaba ezimnandi ke mbukeli. Thina ke boqalazive sifumanise ukuba kukho umfundi obhale incwadi ethi Teen Guide to School iPad Use. Necebisa abafundi ngendlela zokusebenzisa i-iPads kwimfundo. Kaloku naye lo mfundi usebenzisa i-iPad esikolweni kwaye idale inguqu encomekayo kwizifundo zakhe. Simemile ke uTanya ezokusichazela kabanzi ngale ncwadi yakhe nefumaneka ku-internet. Tanya, thank you very much for joining us and welcome to Kids News.
Thank you. Good morning, Nobu.
Okay. You've written a book, an e-book titled Teen Guide to School iPad Use. What motivated you to write the book?
Well, firstly, my high school started with iPads when I was in grade 9, which is in 2012. And I saw that technology was being used in many different industries around the world and how technology had been helping people. And I thought that education had not had that gap yet. So should I experiment with technology and maybe use it in my education? And that's when I decided to use my iPad.
So you actually saw a gap in education that was missing and you used that to come up with this ebook?
Yeah, firstly I used my iPad and it took me about a year to develop a successful technique to use my iPad for studying and making summaries and so on. And from there I saw that other kids also wanted to use iPads, but they were not essentially sure how to use their iPad.
So they were technologically challenged?
Pretty much, yeah. And that's when I decided I should write this ebook because there was a gap in the market and I could probably help a lot of kids.
Like a true entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you use your iPad for, and doesn't it distract you from listening to your teacher in class?
That's an argument that lots of teachers use at our school and other schools as well. And I think that iPads have an incredible effect on kids if they use them correctly. So as a teacher would speak, I would make notes on my iPad and make summaries. And that would not actually distract me as teachers would think. On the contrary, it actually helps me listen much more than I would have used to.
And do you also find that it's actually quicker to take notes using your iPad rather than actually writing?
Yes, using an iPad is much quicker. I can have much more content taken down than writing, as that's why technology is used in education and other aspects, and that's why I thought iPad would be a good idea.
I understand that your grades have improved since you started using this ebook. How does it help you in studying?
Firstly, I use my iPad to make summaries during class, and that pretty much cuts down my study time at home. So when I'm at home, I don't have to make any study notes. I just have to study the actual summaries, and that is what cuts down my time that I spend on studying and really focuses my time so I can study much harder.
Okay, take us through your book. Take us through the contents of your book.
Okay, so firstly, I've got the front cover of my page, which is called Teen Guide to School iPad Use. I have a whole lot of, discuss a whole lot of things in my book. And I start with how you use your iPad to get yourself through your schoolwork. And that chapter is called Getting Started for anyone that needs it. And from there, I show kids how they need to actually make their summaries during class, take them through a step-by-step method, exactly how I make my summaries, which has really helped me. And from there, I also describe how to use your iPad during class optimally. And to use an iPad, you only need Pages, Dropbox, and Penultimate. And in the book, I make sure to include lots of visual explanations because that's what teens want. We want exciting, quick, short, concise things. And that's what I've included in my book. And from there, I also include how to study from your summaries. And that's very important because iPad is such a tricky thing to use.
That's very useful, Tanya. Now tell me, how long did it take you to write, edit, and publish your book?
Firstly, I started using an iPad in 2012. And from there, it took me about a year to perfect the way that I use my iPad. And from there, I went and drafted a first copy of a book because I saw a gap in the market. From there, I went to my principal of Northcliffe High, Mr. Wilkins, and he helped me and showed me what kids struggle with and what I should address in my book. And from there, I got advice from my dad, my stepfather, and my mom on how to entrepreneurially market my book.
Wow. How do you juggle your schoolwork and actually writing a book? And I understand that you are second in your grade.
First in my grade.
First now?
Yes, wow. iPads. So iPads really help me to time manage because it really cuts down that whole time of studying at home. And I'm able to take on a whole lot of other projects because of that. So iPads are the reason why I can study at home.
Okay. Did you receive any help in writing your book?
Yes, firstly, I asked my principal to help me see how I can perfect my book, because he introduced iPads into our school. And from there, I just asked my parents to help me edit it a little, and I asked a few kids if they could understand the book. That's how I wrote it.
Okay. Where can people buy this book, and how much does it cost?
It costs 50 Rand, and it's available on the ZA Books store. So you would go on to www.zabooks.co.za, and from there you just type in my book's title, Teen Guide to School iPad Use, and online is where how you get it.
This has been an interesting interview, Tanya, but unfortunately, because of time, we have to stop there. But I'm sure that our viewers have learnt a lot from you and will be buying your ebook.
Wonderful, thank you.
Sithi tsende ngisweni kwakhona hlala neKids News.
7